Imagine if, while your body rests in the silence of sleep, your mind was weaving the golden threads of wealth, preparing opportunities, and building bridges to your millionaire destiny. Tonight, I will reveal how your sleeping hours can become the most powerful hours of your life. Hours where your subconscious is transformed into a magnet for money, success, and abundance. Most people believe that wealth is created only through hard work, long hours, and endless struggle. But that is a false belief. The true secret is that wealth is first created in the invisible realm of the mind, and it is during sleep, when resistance is lowest and the subconscious is most open, that this transformation can take place. When you sleep, you are not idle. Your thoughts continue to create. Your energy continues to vibrate. And your spirit continues to attract. That is why tonight's words are not simply a speech, but a key that unlocks the treasure chest hidden within your own mind. If you stay until the end, you will not only understand why the millionaire's mind awakens in sleep, but you will also receive the exact mental seeds you must plant in your subconscious so that your dreams work for you, not against you. This is not theory, it is a living law. And once you grasp it, nothing, not circumstance, not fear, not doubt, can stop you from stepping into your true wealth destiny. The subconscious mind never sleeps. It remains ever awake, ever alert, quietly shaping the unseen fabric of our lives while we lie resting, unaware of the mighty work taking place within. The conscious mind, the one you use to calculate, to plan, to reason, grows weary and seeks rest. It closes its books for the day, it dims its light, it grows silent. But the subconscious mind, the silent partner, never tires, never ceases, never pauses in its task. It is ceaseless, eternal in its activity. And it is this unseen worker that determines what tomorrow shall bring. What you impress upon it, before you close your eyes, is what it will nurture and expand through the long hours of sleep. Like a faithful servant, it obeys without question, without hesitation, without argument. It cannot reason, it cannot debate. It only accepts and multiplies the seed given to it. If you plant fear, worry, and doubt before you drift into slumber, then your subconscious will spend the night building shadows, weaving webs of difficulty, and attracting to you more of the very same. But if you plant faith, wealth, and abundance, then, while your body rests, the soil of the mind will germinate prosperity, opening unseen doors and preparing opportunities to greet you when you awaken. Consider how often people lie down at night with the heavy burdens of the day pressing upon them. They replay in their minds the troubles of work, the lack of money, the disappointments they faced. They drift to sleep with worry as their companion and fear as their lullaby. And then they wonder why they wake with the same burden, why life greets them with the same circumstances, why nothing seems to change. They do not realize that they have instructed their subconscious to continue building the same reality. The subconscious knows no difference between good seed or bad seed. It simply multiplies what is given. And so night after night, the wrong instructions are planted and faithfully fulfilled. The subconscious is like fertile earth. It will grow weeds just as quickly as it will grow wheat. It does not discriminate. It simply obeys. The wise man or woman knows this. And instead of feeding fear to the subconscious, they deliberately impress it with images of abundance, with words of power, with visions of wealth. For they know that what the subconscious receives, it must produce. The reason sleep is the most powerful time to plant wealth in the mind is because the conscious barriers are lowered. In waking hours, your reasoning mind may argue, it may doubt, it may block the seed from entering deeply. But in sleep, those barriers dissolve, the gates open wide, and the subconscious stands ready to receive without resistance. It is then that you can whisper to yourself, even silently in thought, I am a magnet for wealth. I am aligned with infinite abundance. Prosperity flows to me while I rest, and those words will pass directly into the soil of the subconscious. You may not see the sprout immediately, for no seed shows its harvest at once, but the law is certain. Once planted, it begins to grow. It begins to rearrange circumstances, to draw resources, to influence people, to open unseen paths. And when the time is ripe, the harvest appears in the visible world. Think of the subconscious as a silent artist painting the picture of your life. Whatever sketches you hand it, before you sleep, are the designs it continues to color through the night. If you give it the sketch of poverty, of lack, of limitation, it will shade it in with dark hues and deliver it to you as your experience. But if you hand it the sketch of wealth, of opportunity, of freedom, it will bring that canvas to life. And you will find yourself stepping into the picture upon awakening. What a marvelous power! That while your body lies still, and your conscious thoughts are silent, the deepest part of you is arranging the universe to match your belief. This is why the ancient wise ones always urge to guard your last thoughts before sleep. For those are the ones that sink most deeply, the ones that carry the most power, the ones that become the blueprint for tomorrow. You must learn to treat sleep as sacred ground for creation. It is not merely a time of physical rest. It is the time when the treasures of the mind are most open to be shaped. Too many squander it with idle thoughts, meaningless worries, trivial distractions. They take into sleep the noise of the world, the voices of fear, the echoes of failure, and then complain that their lives repeat the same song. But those who understand the law prepare themselves for sleep as one prepares for a sacred ceremony. They silence their environment, they calm their spirit, they focus their mind on the image of wealth and the feeling of abundance. They picture themselves already living the life they desire, already enjoying the riches, already free, already secure. They repeat words of power, affirmations of truth, declarations of abundance. And they allow those words to be the final sound, echoing in the chambers of the mind before sleep. Then they rest, knowing the unseen worker is at task, knowing the faithful servant is building their desire, knowing that as surely as the sun rises, their subconscious is arranging their wealth. The subconscious is also the bridge between the spiritual and the physical. It is the channel through which divine ideas are brought into form. When you sleep, you enter the deeper currents of spirit, and the subconscious is fully immersed in those waters. Inspirations, inventions, solutions, and opportunities can flow from that infinite source, straight into your mind. How many men of genius have testified that their greatest ideas came in dreams or in the stillness of the night? It is because the subconscious, unburdened by the noise of the waking mind, is open to receive directly from the infinite intelligence. When you deliberately align your subconscious with wealth before sleep, you are giving divine intelligence permission to show you ways and means, to bring you hunches, to guide your steps, to send opportunities that you could never calculate with logic alone. Wealth, then, is no longer a matter of chance or struggle. It is a matter of alignment, of planting the right seed, and allowing the unseen law to do its perfect work. Do not underestimate the power of repetition in this nightly planting. A single affirmation spoken once may enter, but spoken night after night it takes deep root. It becomes the foundation. It becomes unshakable. Just as water drops carve a stone, repeated thoughts carve a path in the subconscious. And soon the subconscious accepts them as truth. Once it accepts, it must manifest. If you go to sleep every night declaring, "I am wealthy. Wealth flows to me in perfect ways. I awaken to new opportunities. I am surrounded by abundance," your subconscious will eventually accept this as fact, and the outer world will rearrange itself to match. People will appear. Ideas will strike. Doors will open. And you will find yourself walking into the reality you once only whispered in the dark of night. This is why those who seek wealth without this law find themselves endlessly laboring, endlessly striving, endlessly struggling, for they work only in the outer world, never realizing that the true work is done in the inner. They chase money while asleep to their own power. But those who awaken to the truth that the subconscious never sleeps turn their nights into factories of wealth, their rest into laboratories of abundance, their dreams into architects of fortune. The day becomes merely the stage upon which the night's creation is revealed. This is the secret of the subconscious at night. It is always awake, always active, always creating, and it will create whatever you command it to create. The choice is yours, the seed is yours, the harvest is inevitable. Wealth is not chased, it is magnetized. It is drawn to the one who understands that all supply originates in the unseen and only takes form in the seen. The world has taught most people to run, to strain, to grind, to exhaust themselves in the pursuit of money, believing that only through relentless effort will they ever obtain it. But this belief is the very barrier that keeps wealth at a distance. To chase is to affirm separation. To run after something is to declare it absent. And what you declare absent cannot appear. The law does not respond to desperation. It responds to faith. It responds to vibration. It responds to the mental picture, held with conviction. Wealth is not something external that must be hunted down. It is a natural result of inner alignment, and the most powerful time to create that alignment is when the conscious mind surrenders to sleep and the subconscious stands wide open to instruction. In that sacred state, you are not running after wealth. You are calling it to you. You are magnetizing it. You are drawing it by the invisible cords of belief and imagination. Consider the magnet and the iron filings. The filings do not resist. They do not struggle. They do not run away. They simply arrange themselves around the force that pulls them. So it is with wealth. When your inner state radiates the vibration of abundance, when your subconscious is saturated with wealth, consciousness, opportunities, resources, and money are drawn to you in perfect order. You do not need to chase them any more than a magnet chases filings. The force is silent, unseen, but irresistible. And where does this force originate? In the mind. Specifically, in the subconscious mind, which is most easily impressed when the conscious chatter grows quiet and sleep descends. In that deep silence, you hold the picture of wealth as already yours. You speak the words of possession. You feel the joy of abundance. And you rest knowing the law has already answered. The subconscious, which never argues, accepts your declaration as fact and begins to radiate it as vibration. And that vibration is what draws all things of like nature to you. The tragedy of most is that they go to bed with thoughts of lack, with inner pictures of bills unpaid, with the feeling of fear about tomorrow. They chase money, even in their dreams, running after it, fearing it, needing it, and thereby affirming over and over again its absence. And when morning comes, they find that the same poverty still greets them, because the subconscious faithfully produced what it was told. But the one who understands the law approaches sleep differently. They know they are not to chase, but to rest in the knowing of possession. They close their eyes and see themselves already supplied, already wealthy, already free. They feel the peace of security, the joy of plenty, the thrill of opportunity. They impress their subconscious, not with the idea of need, but with the truth of abundance. And by doing so, they reverse the current. They stop sending out the vibration of lack and begin radiating the vibration of supply. And supply cannot resist its own. The subconscious mind is the great magnetizer. It does not need to be convinced through labor. It does not need to be coerced by struggle. It simply requires clear instruction, repeated with faith. When you sleep, you hand over your thoughts as instructions. If those thoughts are muddled, filled with doubt, filled with anxiety, the subconscious sends out a weak and conflicting vibration. But if those thoughts are pure, steady, consistent in wealth and abundance, the subconscious radiates them with unwavering certainty. The world responds to that certainty. People sense it. Circumstances shift around it. Money finds its way to it. Because it is a law that like attracts like. The vibration of wealth, held in the subconscious, cannot help but call to itself wealth in the outer world. You must also understand that wealth magnetized is wealth aligned with ease. Chased wealth often slips away, for even if attained, it carries the energy of struggle, and soon the struggle repeats. But magnetized wealth arrives in harmony. It fits perfectly. It flows in through channels, sometimes unexpected, but always right. This is why many who grind and chase may earn briefly, but lose, while those who cultivate inner wealth seem to attract money effortlessly. Their secret is not in luck or privilege, but in law. They plant in their subconscious the image of abundance. They rest in that image. They release struggle, and they trust the unseen forces to deliver. And deliver it does. For the subconscious never rests, never fails, never ceases to act upon what it has been impressed with. When you go to sleep tonight, remember that it is not your physical labor that magnetizes wealth in those hours. It is the energy you radiate through your subconscious. The stillness of sleep is when the seed takes root. Imagine a gardener planting in fertile soil. If he throws in weeds, the soil grows weeds. If he places a seed of gold, the soil produces gold. The soil does not question, it simply yields. So it is with the subconscious. What you place before it in those final moments of consciousness is what it nurtures, what it waters, what it grows all night long. If you plant the image of money flowing easily, of opportunities appearing, of resources always at hand, the subconscious will draw these to you. And when morning comes, you will find yourself stepping into the very reality you designed in the silence of the night. There is no need to strain in the outer world once the inner is properly aligned. Those who have magnetized wealth through the subconscious understand this. Their nights are laboratories of creation. They go to sleep whispering wealth, feeling wealth, dreaming wealth, and they awaken to its echoes in reality. Their effort in the day is not frantic chase but calm, purposeful action, guided by the inspiration that their subconscious received in the night. This is why their work seems effortless, their success inevitable, their wealth lasting. They are not running after money. They are walking with it. They are in harmony with it, for the subconscious has made them magnets for it. Do not confuse magnetizing wealth with passivity. It is not that you sleep and do nothing. It is that your actions in the day flow from a state of alignment rather than struggle. The subconscious directs you, nudges you, guides you, opens doors you could not see, brings people across your path, sparks ideas in your mind. These things appear not because you chased them, but because you attracted them. And your actions then are simply stepping through the doors already prepared. This is true power. This is effortless creation. This is wealth magnetized. The chase tires, but magnetism renews. The chase breeds fear, but magnetism produces peace. The chase affirms lack, but magnetism affirms possession. And possession is the only vibration that brings more. Think of the difference in feeling. When you chase, you are tense, restless, worried, always thinking about how and when. When you magnetize, you are calm, assured, restful, knowing that what you desire is already on its way, already present in unseen form, already yours by law. That feeling itself is the vibration that attracts. The subconscious, once given that feeling at night, continues to radiate it all day long. Even while you go about your daily tasks, unaware, the subconscious is broadcasting your wealth vibration, and the universe responds. The right person calls, the right idea comes, the right door opens. This is why it is said that wealth is a state of consciousness, not a result of chase. It is consciousness that creates magnetism, and magnetism that draws wealth. Every night is a new chance to reverse the current. No matter how long you have chased, no matter how much lack you have experienced, the moment you understand that wealth is magnetized and not pursued, everything can change. Tonight, as you prepare to sleep, do not take with you the thoughts of worry or need. Instead, declare silently and with conviction, I am a magnet for wealth. I draw to me riches in perfect ways. Abundance surrounds me now. Feel it, see it, believe it, and release it into the subconscious. Then rest, knowing the silent worker is radiating it through the night, weaving circumstances, moving people, arranging events, all to deliver to you what you have magnetized. This is the great secret. Wealth is never chased. It is always drawn. And the power to draw it lies within you, in the quiet of your subconscious mind. Especially when the world sleeps and the unseen law is at work on your behalf. Affirmations and mental pictures before sleep become the blueprint your subconscious obeys, constructing opportunities and drawing resources into your life with unfailing precision. The subconscious does not argue. It does not reason. It does not question. It only accepts and reproduces. Just as a builder requires a plan before laying a single brick, the subconscious requires the pattern of thought before it creates the experience. What you hold in your imagination, just before you drift into slumber, becomes the most powerful blueprint. For in that moment the conscious gatekeeper grows quiet, and the raw soil of the subconscious lies open, waiting for the seed to be planted. If you plant a picture of wealth, if you affirm with conviction that abundance belongs to you, the subconscious takes those words and images as sacred law and begins to arrange your world in harmony with them. It does not delay. It does not forget. It begins immediately to weave circumstances and draw the resources necessary to fulfill the pattern impressed upon it. This is why the final thoughts of your day are so important. Most people surrender their minds to fear or idle distraction as they drift into sleep. They watch the news. They replay arguments. They scroll through worries. And then they wonder why their lives keep repeating the same cycle of struggle and limitation. They do not realize they have handed their subconscious a blueprint of scarcity, of lack, of conflict, and the subconscious, faithful servant that it is, constructs accordingly. But the one who understands the law treats the final minutes, before sleep, as sacred. They take that time to impress the mind with images of success, with words of power, with affirmations of wealth, because they know those impressions sink deepest. They know those impressions are acted upon most strongly by the subconscious. They choose their final thought as carefully as a builder chooses the cornerstone, for they know the entire structure of tomorrow rests upon it. To say affirmations before sleep is to give orders to the creative power within. Simple words, spoken with faith, take on immense force when the conscious mind is quiet. I am wealthy. Money flows to me in perfect ways. I am surrounded by abundance. Opportunities are drawn to me as I rest. Such declarations repeated at night are like blueprints signed and sealed. The subconscious accepts them, not as wishful thinking, but as fact. And from that moment it begins to arrange outer conditions to match. You may not see the full structure at once. Just as you do not see a house the day after the blueprint is drawn, but the process has begun, and piece by piece the construction appears. People show up, ideas surface, doors open. Chance encounters occur, all orchestrated by the subconscious, working under the blueprint of your affirmations. Mental pictures add even greater power. For the subconscious responds more vividly to images than to words alone. When you lie down at night, picture yourself already living in abundance. See yourself counting money, living in the home you desire, traveling, giving generously, enjoying freedom. Feel the texture of the experience. See the colors. Hear the sounds. Allow your imagination to paint the life you desire, as though it were happening now. These images are the language of the subconscious, and when repeated night after night, they become its accepted reality. The subconscious does not distinguish between a vividly imagined scene and a physical one. To it, both are equally real. And once it accepts an image as real, it must work unceasingly to bring it into your waking life. That is its law. That is its function. That is its nature. You may ask, how does the subconscious construct opportunities and draw resources from nothing? It is not magic, it is law. The subconscious influences your perception, your intuition, your very vibration. And in doing so it alters how you move in the world and how the world responds to you. A person who goes to sleep affirming lack awakens, blind to opportunity, their vibration repelling wealth, their words and actions subtly closing doors. But the one who goes to sleep affirming abundance awakens with a new perception, a new openness, a new magnetism. They notice opportunities they once overlooked. They meet people drawn by their vibration. They find themselves in the right place at the right time. The subconscious has been at work all night, reshaping their inner world, so the outer world bends in response. What seems to others like luck is simply the fulfillment of the blueprint, given in the stillness of night. It is essential to understand that repetition engraves the blueprint deeper. A single affirmation may create a spark, but repeated affirmations create a fire that cannot be extinguished. Night after night, if you repeat the same declarations of wealth, the same mental pictures of abundance, the subconscious grows more and more convinced. Doubt is erased, fear is replaced, belief is solidified. And once belief is unshakable, manifestation is inevitable. The subconscious does not delay forever. It builds until the structure is complete. Just as a builder, who receives the same blueprint again and again, will eventually construct the house, exactly as drawn. The subconscious, when given the same thought pattern repeatedly, must bring it into form. Think also of how the subconscious draws resources, money, opportunities, and connections are not created out of thin air, but are already present in the infinite field of possibility. The subconscious acts as a magnet, drawing from that field exactly what matches the blueprint. If your blueprint is wealth, the subconscious alters your vibration to attract wealth. If your blueprint is poverty, it maintains a vibration that attracts poverty. This is not something you can hide, for vibration is silent, but powerful, and others respond to it, without even knowing why. The wealthy person, who affirms and imagines abundance, at night radiates a certainty, a calm, a confidence in the day. And people respond to that, by offering opportunities, by extending trust, by opening doors. The one who affirms lack radiates worry, desperation, insecurity, and people sense it and withhold. Thus, what you repeat before sleep is not merely personal. It shapes how the entire world responds to you. The subconscious also uses sleep to connect with the deeper mind, the infinite intelligence, the universal supply. In the silence of slumber, inspirations and ideas flow into the subconscious unfiltered. If you have affirmed wealth and pictured abundance, the subconscious interprets that as its mission and will seize upon ideas from the infinite that support it. You may awaken with a sudden hunch, a fresh idea, a new way of solving a problem, a creative insight that leads to money. This is no accident. It is the direct result of the blueprint you provided. The subconscious obeyed your affirmation, aligned with the infinite, and delivered guidance to your waking mind. This is why so many great inventions, works of art, and solutions to problems have come in dreams, or in the quiet moments after waking. The subconscious is not idle in sleep, it is a builder. And it builds in harmony with the plan you provide. Even the physical body reflects the blueprint of your thoughts. A person who goes to sleep affirming peace, wealth, and abundance wakes with vitality, their body renewed, their spirit light. A person who goes to sleep burdened with worry and fear wakes weary, tense, and drained. For the subconscious carried out a blueprint of struggle, even through the night. This shows that affirmations and mental pictures do not only build the outer world, they shape the inner world too. They restore health, they energize, they uplift, because the subconscious accepts those instructions as truth and directs every cell, every nerve, every organ in harmony with them. Wealth, after all, is not only money. It is the fullness of life, the abundance of health, joy, freedom, and opportunity. And all of it can be impressed upon the subconscious in those final minutes before sleep. You must learn, then, to discipline your final thoughts of the day. Do not allow yourself to drift to sleep with idle chatter or negative review of the day. Seize that sacred moment and use it deliberately. Speak affirmations of wealth. Picture abundance in vivid detail. Feel prosperity as though it were already yours. Let those be the last impressions the subconscious receives before it begins its night's work. Do this faithfully, consistently, without wavering, and watch as life begins to rearrange itself in harmony with your inner blueprint. For the subconscious is the faithful builder, and it will not deviate from the plan given. Give it the plan of lack, and it will build lack. Give it the plan of wealth, and it will build wealth. The choice lies only in what you impress, and the time of greatest power is in the stillness before sleep. By aligning your inner dialogue with abundance at night, you awaken not only rested but empowered, carrying the vibration of a millionaire into your waking world. The words you speak to yourself, the silent conversations you hold within, are not idle. They are commands. They are decrees. They are signals sent deep into the subconscious, which then radiates them as your personal vibration. This vibration goes before you into the world, shaping how people respond to you, drawing opportunities to you, orchestrating events in your favor or against you, depending on what you have impressed. If your inner dialogue is filled with lack, with phrases such as, "I cannot afford this," or "money is hard to come by," the subconscious accepts these as instructions and aligns your vibration with struggle, ensuring that you continue to live within that same frequency. But when your inner dialogue is tuned to abundance, when your words are, "I am wealthy," "I am worthy of riches," "Money flows to me in perfect ways," then the subconscious carries that message into the depths of the night and continues to radiate it without pause, so that you awaken not simply from sleep, but into a new reality, charged with the vibration of wealth. Sleep is the great reset of the mind. In the day, you may encounter resistance, doubts, challenges, and negative voices from within and without. But at night, when the body surrenders to rest, the conscious mind quiets, and the subconscious stands, exposed to the most powerful influence of all Z, your inner dialogue. If you enter sleep with words of abundance echoing in your mind, those words are etched into the deepest levels of your being. They bypass the walls of doubt and sink into fertile soil, becoming the truth your subconscious accepts as reality. All through the night, those words reverberate, not fading as idle speech, but expanding as law, turning into vibration that radiates from you. When you rise, you awaken carrying not only rest, but momentum, not only renewed energy, but a new current of prosperity, flowing from within. This is why some awaken heavy and weary, while others awaken inspired and light. It is not the hours of sleep that determine it, but the dialogue that carried them into the unseen work of the night. To carry the vibration of a millionaire into your waking life, you must choose deliberately what words you give your subconscious before sleep. The millionaire's mind is not one of fear, nor of doubt, nor of scarcity. It is a mind that knows supply is infinite, that wealth is ever present, that opportunities are everywhere, and that money is simply the outer expression of inner belief. Such a mind is cultivated by repetition of truth, until it becomes natural, until it is the only dialogue heard within. Every night you have the choice to rehearse limitation or to rehearse abundance. Every night you have the power to feed your subconscious poison or nourishment. And whatever you choose, the subconscious magnifies, the subconscious radiates, the subconscious makes law. By aligning your dialogue with abundance before sleep, you are programming your vibration for the next day, ensuring that, when you step out into the world, you do so carrying the frequency that wealth responds to. Think of vibration as your unseen aura, the field that surrounds you and speaks louder than words. People sense it even without knowing. Circumstances align with it, even without intention. Doors open or close depending on it. If you have aligned your inner dialogue with abundance, then, in sleep, your subconscious has amplified that vibration, and in the morning it radiates from you. You may not even speak of wealth, yet people feel drawn to you. They feel trust. They feel you are the one to partner with, the one to offer the opportunity, the one to extend favor. The outer world cannot resist the frequency of abundance, because it is the natural frequency of creation itself. Nature is abundant, life is abundant, the universe is abundant. When you tune yourself to that abundance through inner dialogue, you are in harmony with the very essence of existence, and all that is needed flows toward you effortlessly. The practice is simple yet profound. Before closing your eyes, still your mind and begin to speak within yourself words of prosperity. Declare that you are wealthy, that money comes easily, that success belongs to you. Picture the abundance as though it were already present, and let your inner dialogue support the image. Speak gently, but firmly, with conviction, until you feel the shift in emotion, until you feel peace, until you feel the certainty that what you affirm is already true. Then rest, and allow the subconscious to take over. Through the hours of sleep, it continues to repeat your declarations. It continues to vibrate with abundance. It continues to align your energy with wealth. When you rise, you will find yourself thinking differently, speaking differently, moving differently, because your vibration has been reset to abundance. You will notice doors opening that you once overlooked, solutions appearing where you once saw only problems, ideas flowing that you never considered before. This is the direct result of aligning inner dialogue before sleep. Even the smallest phrases have power, for the subconscious is literal. If you say, "I never have enough," it accepts and produces more lack. If you say, "I am always provided for," it accepts and produces more provision. This is why you must guard your inner dialogue with vigilance, especially before sleep, when the impression is deepest. The words you whisper to yourself at night become the laws you live under by day. The millionaire knows this and speaks accordingly. The one who remains poor ignores this and speaks carelessly. Yet, both live under the same law. Both are receiving exactly what they affirm, exactly what they picture, exactly what they declare. The subconscious does not only shape your personal vibration, but also influences your behavior in subtle ways. If you go to bed affirming abundance, you awaken with a mindset that expects it. You act with more confidence. You make decisions from a place of security, rather than fear. You recognize opportunities that once passed unnoticed. These small changes accumulate, leading to greater and greater results. Wealth flows not only because of what comes to you, but because of how you act upon it. And your actions are always in harmony with your vibration. By aligning your inner dialogue at night, you ensure your actions in the day flow from abundance and not scarcity. This is how millionaires think, speak, and move. They are not driven by fear of loss, but by certainty of supply. And that certainty is cultivated in the silence of the subconscious, while the body rests. Your dreams themselves may even begin to change. The subconscious speaks in symbols, and when you saturate it with abundance, it will communicate back through images in your sleep. You may dream of receiving gifts, of finding treasure, of doors opening. These are not idle fantasies, but reflections of your subconscious alignment, confirmations that the inner dialogue has taken root. Over time, you will notice not only symbolic dreams, but practical guidance arising from sleep. Ideas, strategies, inspirations will come to you in the quiet hours of night or in the first moments of waking. This is the subconscious delivering the very resources required to fulfill the abundance you have declared. It is the bridge between your affirmations and the material world, carrying your words into vibration and your vibration into form. To awaken empowered is not a luxury. It is your natural right when you use this law. Too many rise heavy because they went to bed heavy. Too many rise fearful because they went to bed fearful. But the one who speaks abundance into the subconscious rises radiant, rises confident, rises already, carrying the millionaire vibration. That vibration becomes their invisible wealth, a treasure greater than gold, for with it, they can draw all the gold they require. People sense it. Circumstances bend to it. Opportunities reveal themselves to it. This is not imagination but law, as certain as gravity, as reliable as the sunrise. Align your inner dialogue with abundance before sleep, and you will carry its power into every hour of your waking life, walking as a living magnet of prosperity. A channel through which the infinite supply of the universe flows, without resistance,